Superman is one of the most iconic and famous character of the superhero realm. But despite this, Superman has been nothing but just a mere failure in the last decade, along with the rest of the DC universe. And making Henry Cavill's Superman completely out of context? Sure, I mean the actor was good, the performances are great, but that's not the way Superman is supposed to go. That's not what he was designed for. Changing Superman's character completely in the last decade, they portrayed Henry's Superman as he isn't. And not only this, Superman's plot is also rather boring. I mean, in every aspect, there's no defeating him. He's the most powerful, can't be killed from anything except one. And this just doesn't make Superman villains interesting, as what happens is that they can't beat him. Not in a contest of raw strength, and even with tactics, it's useless. So except it's with kryptonite, you can't possibly even imagine to attack Superman. This makes the storyline of character one-sided and not complex or interesting. Lack of balance in power scales and complex villains makes Superman's movies boring. Let's take an example from other superheroes. They all have one common thing in their movies: a powerful villain, a genius in tactics, and one that is battle-hungry and could take the fight either way, and mainly the development of these characters and connection to the character, and there hasn't been any signature Superman villain who meets these requirements. General Zod did make an appearance in 2013's infamous Superman film called The Man of Steel, but he wasn't well explored, and when he did fight with Superman, the fight was one-sided as hell. I mean, come on, dude, Superman just wasn't killing him because he didn't intended to and had to because Zod was killing others. This makes the context even more boring and leaves us with no interest. I mean, Superman literally is a tank in front of ants in terms of his villains, except if the ants have the reverse card called the Kryptonite, which everybody has been pulling out of their ass lately. Darker themes of Superman's character in recent years have also been a real pain in the ass and quite hard to watch, because the Superman in Justice League and Batman vs. Superman is cold-blooded, ruthless, and a killing machine. Blood literally seems more like the villain in Justice League than the actual villain. And upon his revival, the context becomes much boring in Justice League, as Superman can't be defeated. Although it is mentioned that kryptonite is rare, everyone in the animated series Justice League and comics has it. Moving on, we have his connection to Batman in the Batman vs. Superman movie, and Superman for the first time is portrayed dark and cruel, whilst the character we all knew wasn't like this. I mean, ever. Plus, the origin story of Superman is also something that truly isn't much interesting, and the Kryptonians are never given much importance and are hardly explored. Even in the Man of Steel movie, which was the start of Zack Snyder's, DCEU gave little importance. Whilst in the comics, we do learn a lot about Kryptonian origins. So the backstory also adds up a factor because unlike other superheroes,